Good evening, everybody. We've got here another Age of Empires Nomad game, this time a 1v1 between Daut and ACCM. Obviously, both these players, top players, have been for a long time now, and this is a normal Nomad game, not land Nomad. One interesting thing to note is Daut goes straight for all three villagers building the town center. Let's see if ACCM decides to do the same with this villager that's way out on the side. Might be dropping a dock, as is pretty typical for most players. As far as locations go, Daut, who is playing as the Koreans, does have a back gold, which is very good. The Koreans obviously having those super strong towers, and if they do get up to castles, creating war wagons can always be nice. Not very often seen, but still something to note. ACCM says, "Have fun, Lord." Of course, Daut being the Lord of Age of Empires. On the other side of the map here, we do have ACCM. He is playing as the Khmer. Khmer being a very strong civilization when it comes to upping and just having a base that's not ideal. Of course, they do have the ability to farm anywhere and not have to worry about mills or anything like that. And they also don't need their Dark Age buildings or Feudal Age buildings to get up to the next age. And as you can see, the dock is already up for ACCM, not yet up for Daut. But it's not going to make too much of a difference at this point in time because ACCM, of course, does not have a fishing ship out yet. The one thing that is of importance is he has been collecting fish. That's getting a steady income stream of food and allowing him to really save up enough to save and build more villagers. Daut, not too far behind, he is building up as well and scouting around the map as much as possible. If we look at their fogs of war already, so far ACCM has scouted around a little bit of his base, nothing too major. Taking a look at Daut's, he has started scouting around a little bit of his base, but then he is now taking a look, trying to see where his enemy is. First fishing ships are starting to come out now, and they will be a little bit of time until the first one from ACCM comes out. Still not enough wood to support building a fishing ship. That is one thing to note, is that they have gone a little bit different as far as their strategies, as Daut is fully in on wood right now, whereas ACCM is still collecting some food, bringing in a boar right now. Has only had one villager collecting wood this whole time. Daut still building up another fishing ship that will help him quite a bit, and this boar is being lured in as well. A little bit more of a mix for Daut than what we see from ACCM at this point in time. Overall, though, not a huge deficit because there's still the same amount of villagers for the two players, and two of those villagers for Daut does count towards these fishing ships. So really, a little bit of an edge for actual villagers when it comes to ACCM. Overall, they have not spotted each other as of yet. Daut still scouting around with this sheep. ACCM now putting out his first fishing ship. Daut already has 3. And of course, fishing ships collecting food so efficiently and just being that extra little bit while you have villagers moving around doing other things. Daut does have a little bit of a lead, but nothing that's too major as of yet, as he goes forward and collects his second boar. ACCM still on his second boar as well. ACCM running around the map, dropping houses all over the place, also wanting to see what's going on in the map, see where his enemy is, see if he can find any sheep, help out with some scouting, all of that sort of stuff. Does not yet know where Daut is. He just wants to make sure that Daut is not right next to him. The Khmer, of course, not having the same line of sight as the Korean villagers. Of course, when you look at Daut's line of sight, it does make a huge difference, as we see right here with this villager who will spot the dock of ACCM, as well as the villager. Walls in the villager, and just like that, will take out that villager. Nothing ACCM can do about it. Tries to fight back as much as possible, but it's pretty much a sold story at this point in time. He dies. Daut is on 4 fishing ships. We do see 4 now for ACCM as well, so fairly even there. 22 villagers for each. Of course, dadgum being said by ACCM as he loses the villager. Few idle villagers here for both players actually. ACCM, these two have been sitting idle for quite a while now. Daut, no idols at the time, but has moved over to gold. As Daut is on the way up to the feudal age, 25% of the way up as a matter of fact. And it looks like ACCM might just have spotted his enemy. Take a look at the fog of war. He does see this house. He does not yet know for sure whether this is just a random house placed or whether that is the actual base, but always good to have a suspicion. With that house, he will be able to see whether Daut does decide to move out there. And of course, Daut playing as the Koreans, having this backstone. Doesn't look like he's quite looking into a tower rush at this point in time. With him collecting gold, that shows it's going to be a little bit of a different strategy moving forward. He is 80% of the way up. And ACCM has now clicked up as well. ACCM with a huge villager lead at this point in time. He has 7 fishing ships out right now versus the 5 of Daut. And then also more villagers just because of the fact that he clicked up slightly later. Houses being dropped all over the place. Villagers walking around. A dock has been put down by Daut, and he will be putting out fire galleys very soon here. Villager did die from the TC, so Daut is fully aware of where the TC is for ACCM. But at this point in time, looks like he's just going to go for a fire galley rush, take out the fishing ships of ACCM, and there will be nowhere for ACCM to run to. As this fire galley will start doing quite a bit of damage, ACCM will have to flee that area. Running forward, as there is no gold in the vicinity of ACCM's current base. He is collecting stone right now, but having to move halfway across the map to get to his gold. Daut, now that he does know exactly where the TC is of ACCM, he is going to drop a tower here that is outside of the fog of war of ACCM, but ACCM walks forward, he spots it, he knows what's coming, and he's placing a market. He will need to trade his way up. That's just a given at this point in time. And it's a tough go being this late to spot the tower and still trying to put up a defensive tower to fight against it. ACCM is building a fire galley, but 1 might not be enough with 3 already out by Daut. This tower does go up, but we'll see how long it lasts. Of course, having those extra villagers here, that does make a big difference. Also, the fact that Daut only with 4, yeah, he will have to run away with that tower. That tower will go down. He's just going to drop another tower further back. ACCM now running away with his fishing ships, but that is a big, big lead that Daut has with food economy in particular. He is collecting quite a bit of stone right now. He has enough for another tower after he's already built these 2. And one thing to note is if he does click up to the castle age, these will automatically get upgraded, and that is a big, big advantage when it comes to Koreans. Stonewalling that tower in, it's going to be a long time before that thing gets taken out. Once fletching comes in, it might be rangeable, but it might need to wait for castle age upgrades until it is actually up to range. Speaking of castle age upgrades, ACCM now is on his way up to castle. Looks like water control is pretty much a long shot for him to go for, so he will need to get some form of land aggression out so that he can really push back Daut's advance. He is pushed into this corner right now as there's a tower going up on his gold, but because he's been collecting this stone for so long, at this point in time he will be able to place his own tower. He runs forward, and that tower is denied by ACCM. He doesn't even bother finishing his own tower, because right now it's not necessary. Barracks coming down now for the Korean player as more towers go up and a stable going up for the Khmer player. Of course, Khmer having very strong stable units. This tower could go down fairly quickly, but it will be quick walled in by Daut, unable to break through fast enough, but ACCM almost makes it through that house. Not quite. 93-95% of the way up. ACCM is pushed into this corner, but he is castle age right now. A knight immediately built to come out and start attacking these towers, start raiding where possible. And speaking of towers, Daut placing another tower on this gold of ACCM, and that will range ACCM's gold. There's spearmen coming forward as well. This tower will go up, especially with those other villagers and spearmen coming forward. But this knight following up will be able to cause a little bit of distraction and disruption from the spearmen in particular. In the meantime, these villagers will have the ability to just batter down the tower of Daut. This tower will end up going down eventually, but not anything too soon. 2 knights out for ACCM, but the spears obviously getting very good value out with only a couple spears needed to take out a knight. Once ACCM is able to get good massive knights going, 1 or 2 spears are not going to be able to make enough of an impact, but the spears are not enough at this point in time to really cause too much damage to a group of knights. And there we go. These towers both go up, and once again ACCM rushing this tower forward. That will go down very, very quickly, and the villagers inside will likely get picked off by knights as well. As far as villager counts, Daut has a massive lead, and that is partially due to the large number of fishing ships he has all the way across the map. We now see a scout coming out. Interesting choice, scout for the Khmer player. I don't know how I feel about that move. Might be just because he does not have any gold, so he's really stuck in a bind at this point in time. But it is sometimes necessary. Towers going up on Daut's gold right now as villagers are going to walk over there. And she does not get picked off. Just 1 hit would have done it. And we do see this tower could have been taken down, but smartly, ACCM chooses to run, as these spearmen would have blocked him in either way. Daut is halfway up to the castle age, and he is able to range this tower that is defending ACCM's base. In the meantime, ACCM is running to the other side of Daut's base. Lots of idols sitting up here. They must have just finished hunting. And ACCM able to get a couple of good vill picks, lowering down that lead that Daut has with all of the fishing ships. And take a look at this. 0 farms needed at this point in time for Daut. He just has these 8 villagers sitting on this boar. Other than that, all of his food economy is coming from the fishing ships that he has all over the place. A scorpion coming out from ACCM. Scorpion so strong against these spearmen, but having that minimum range, not much that a scorpion can do once those spearmen get in close. And now a knight of Daut is coming forward as well. This scorpion will be able to do some damage, but that knight is a little bit intimidating. Really needs to see more of a mass of scorpions to get built up to start taking out groups, but with knights involved as well, it will be tough for ACCM to push this with just Scorpions. As far as populations go, Daut still in the lead. He does have the lead with military as well as with villagers at this point in time. Good quick walls for ACCM to protect his wood line. He does have his scout and his knight back, but his knight at this point in time is weaker than the two knights of Daut. And look at this, the entire economy of ACCM is stuck underneath the town center, and they only lose one knight. And here we go, Daut dropping a forward castle. Now he has the stone fort. Castle will go up for sure right here. Talk about Daut castles, such an aggressive player when it comes to dropping castles, doing this traditionally. He's even doing it in games that are very important and high risk strategies are not necessarily needed. Getting a conversion to looks kind of like it's the beginning of the end. This little base in the back for ACCM is going to go down. This castle will go up on his front, and ACCM calls the GG. That does it for this game. Overall, just the way you want to play Koreans. You know, once you win water control, push with towers, drop a castle. Nothing really that a team can do against it. That guard tower upgrade makes these so much stronger than a typical watchtower. Fantastic play there.